College football is steeped in tradition, pageantry, all of those good things that, especially as an alumni, I miss sometimes. But today, we're talking to a guy from one of the most historically recognized programs in all of the United States of America. Diego Fagot from Navy.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to Cart Conversation, man. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, first off, there's been a lot of people asking about you and just sort of once they've read about your history. When it comes to choosing a military school, how do you make the choice between an Army and a Navy? Is it a calling? Is it a recruiting? Like, what went into that?
Yeah, you know, first and foremost, I had to put this out there. My dad's an Army guy, so he actually served, and so when we went and visited Navy, he kind of was, you know, he was upright and stiff. You know what I mean? Like He was just like, you know, I don't know about this Navy thing. But you know, when I really started to dive into all the service academies and I started to focus in on where I really wanted to go, it came back to the coaching staff, it came back to the people, it came back to really the culture.
Yeah.
And for me, the culture at Navy was just so much about like each other and the brotherhood and loving one another that I really just, I fell in love with it.
It was a no-brainer.
You know? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the location definitely helps.
Right.
The middle of nowhere, New York, or right on the water in Annapolis, you know what I mean?
So here's the other thing though, man. You're one of the more decorated guys, regardless of which program that you're coming from, that we've had here in Rider Nation at training camp. But talk about your daily routine, because there's no let up. It's Navy first, then football, not the other way around like slacks at my school, right? Football first, education second. Talk a little bit about your daily routine and what it's actually required to be at the Navy playing football.
Yeah, it requires a lot. You know, honestly, I've said this before, you really learn a ton from the older guys and learning how to manage your time well. And you know, you're up at 6 a.m., 6:30. You might get treatment before class, then you go to breakfast, then you got class all day, lunch meetings, lunch. You know what I mean? It's a whole day affair where you're going from basically 6:30 in the morning to about 10, 11 o'clock at night, depending on the homework. So I wish I had that luxury of going to Michigan State and not really attending classes. Right. But I'm blessed.
No offense to our Spartan dogs, but we really weren't pushed, right, guys? Yeah. That's awesome, man. And so let me ask you something. There was actually a military exemption to let guys that have that ability to play professional level football go and follow that dream prior to coming back. So what is the plan like once football's all over? Do you dive right back into it? Is there a certain amount of time you're gonna take? Like, what happens there?
So, the timing thing's a little weird. It's a touch and go situation, but depending on how long or short that I play is what dictates what I do within the military. So if I play for a long time, I'll end up recruiting and almost being a poster boy for the Navy, the Naval Academy, whatever it may be. If it's a shorter time, then I'll just go back in and be, I'll join all my other classmates that are serving right now. Right. So,
how's Canada? How's the first visit to Canada been for you?
It's been different. I've never left the country, and honestly, I really enjoy it. It's great weather. I've never really. I'm from South Florida, so I'm used to hot and humid. But this has definitely been a dream come true and a blessing.
Talk a little bit about the change of speed. Has there been a change of speed in the game? Like, what's the most noticeable thing from where you come from, but also your experience in the NFL to now?
Right. Yeah. I think the first thing that jumps off the bat is obviously, that waggle, that run towards the line, the run away from the line, whatever it is. That pre-snap motion is definitely an adjustment. But it's things that it trains your eyes and teaches you new skills and makes you more well-rounded. And so I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? And having that 12th guy on the field really frees me up. So it's all good things, honestly.
Rider Nation, number 59 on the field. One of the more interesting characters in all of training camp here, Diego Fagot. Thanks for coming on the card with us today, man. Thanks for getting to know Rider Nation. All right.